Sigma males have only recently started to gain recognition as a personality type. For a very long time, the male psyche's discussion was classified into black and white or alpha and beta. A Sigma male, while having traits from both, is different from them. He can be a good listener but also state his point eloquently. He will abstain from immediate judgment but can be a good judge of character through his observation and listening skills. He will not crave leadership or dominance but can handle the responsibility. Ever since the archetype of Sigma males started to gain popularity, people want to know what makes a Sigma male so different from an alpha male. Let's see some of the main differences. 1. The value of silence. Alpha males need a specific environment to function. They like to speak and want to be heard. They are active for the audience and are at their best when people are watching. In short, they are loud personalities and wish to remain the same. Sigma males are the opposite in every way. They respect silence and appreciate a quiet environment. They can perform better without an audience and rarely do things for public acknowledgement. 2. Flexibility and dominance. Alpha males have a compulsive need to compete and dominate their current environment. So, in a workplace, they tend to be competitive and ambitious. They do not perform well in groups where they are not the leader or center of attention. Sigma males don't care about dominance or hierarchy. They would operate outside known structures and hierarchies to get the best possible results. Their outlook towards people is based more on their value set, and they do not see others as competition or threats. They are also more flexible and do not mind working as a team or in a subordinate position as long as they like the job. 3. Social validation. Alphas are often seen as dominant and leaders but in their established social hierarchy. They have to see what the game is, play it, and win it to become alphas. These men derive their entire sense of self-worth and respect from their position of dominance over others. Sigma males differ as social validation and hierarchy mean little or nothing to them. They do not want to be part of any social games or power plays. They are also least concerned with how others view them and instead derive their self-worth and respect from their values. 4. Need to belong. An alpha is only an alpha if he is at the head of the pack. Thus, they need a social construct that they can lead or dominate to define themselves. It constrains them to specific behavioral patterns and social circles. A Sigma male doesn't require any of this to be himself, and is fine in a social hierarchy as long as he likes what he's doing. Indeed, he can function better as a loner, not relying on anyone at all. It allows such men greater social freedom. 5. Humility. Since an alpha male's self-worth is closely tied to society's perception, they have an innate need to showcase their personality and achievements. They talk or brag about themselves and reinforce to the rest of the pack that they are the alpha males. Sigma males differ in this regard as well. Their focus lies more on the job itself than the societal standards. They will do the job to the best of their ability and not care for praise or public opinion. Their need for appreciation ends with them being seen as people who can do a good job. 6. Perception. Alpha men are characterized as aggressive, opinionated, competitive, and constantly active. People usually see an alpha as someone who craves attention and lives for social validation. Sigma males are harder to read for most people. Indeed, most people might not even know what the term even means, since mainstream psychology has bracketed men into alpha versus beta for so long. Once people know someone with Sigma characteristics, they are seen as independent thinkers, lone wolves, as opposed to being in an alpha's pack, disassociated from a lot of social conventions, and good listeners. Sigma and alpha males share many common characteristics. They're both confident in their life choices and aim high. The main difference lies in their attitude. Sigmas choose to sit outside the hierarchy, while alphas prefer to be at the top of it. The latter achieve success by climbing the hierarchy ladder. Sigmas, on the other hand, don't belong to any tribe. They do everything on their own. A Sigma male has a veil of mystery around him, which makes him intriguing. It's hard to ignore his intelligence and independence. Sigmas never follow the crowd and don't seek approval. This is what makes this type so appealing to both men and women. Alpha men are aware of their social standing and work hard at maintaining it. They care about who they are, and where they are in their social circle, and do not like to be challenged, ridiculed, or lose face in any way. This hurts the alpha greatly. He goes out with all the pretty girls, earns high salaries and dresses sharp, usually will follow fashion, and be loud, bold, and brash. Alpha men require beta males around him that they can dominate, whether it's work colleagues or beta friends. He will make sure they know who the boss is. Sigma man does not care for any of those things. He can be just as powerful as the alpha and can rise to them for personal protection. He can get the girl if he wants to, but will pass on relationships and women if it gets in the way of his self-interest. He is the opposite of the alpha in terms of personality and priorities, but possesses all the same qualities and more. Sigma men are independent men who do not need followers, but can be social and to some extent likable and popular, but will vanish from the group when he gets bored of the same faces. Alpha men are more powerful in that they have more possessions and property. Sigmas are more powerful still because they have social independence and still succeed. The Sigma is clear on how the future should look and will work with quiet, logical determination to make it happen. He loves an intellectual challenge and is stimulated by the abstract, the complex, the new, and the untried. They can seem a little detached from others as they quietly process so much information inside their heads. The alpha will take charge, bringing order, structure, and focus to situations. Their desire to get things done may mean that they ignore the people's issues, as they act on the facts and so are not so tuned into people's feelings. However, everyone will know where they stand and they will use their vast store of knowledge and experience to plan and deliver. Myths about Sigma males. One common myth about Sigma men is that they're shy. This is not true at all. Let's see few other myths. They are unfriendly. Being a Sigma doesn't affect how friendly you may be. Some people may think that they are unfriendly because they don't tend to have large groups of friends, and they may reflect on situations quietly, rather than joining in on conversations at gatherings. They can't be leaders. Although people may think of an alpha personality when they imagine a leader, Sigma men have the skills to be bosses and leaders too. Some of their qualities make them effective leaders. They listen to their employees' ideas, they can stay focused on long-term goals, and they may seem less threatening, so people may accept them in their roles. It's hard to get to know them. Sigma men prefer to have deep friendships with only a handful of people. They may not open up to everyone who wants to small talk, but the people they're close with know them very well, and develop real friendships with them.